I'm recording this as a pre-tutorial walkthrough of what we're going to be working on in January for my Ko-fi supporter level of tutorial, which is the highest level I have. We have postcard wallpaper, we have wall printables, and then we have tutorials. So you can join at whatever level you're most comfortable with or interested in. And I always appreciate the support of those who put monetary effort into what I do. So thank you. Each month, I will be sending off a bunch of stuff to a random supporter. I only have one supporter so far this month. Thank you, Kristen. So she will be getting this package. But our tutorial is going to be talking about handmade journals and little bits. So the beginner level tutorial is going to be talking about building a journal out of a piece of paper. So this started just like this. So this is one of my gel prints with some decoupage and a little addition, a little words. And then inside we have gel print on deli paper and of course the regular gel print in the back. Flip it over, we have another deli paper edition that overlays and makes it a completely different kind of texture and feel. In the last portion, same thing. It's more iridescent, shiny. And then on the back, since I've been obsessed with mushrooms lately, a mini mushroom. And show the world your magic. I also included a decorated tag that we had been working on for spring sales. So that will be going to Kristen this month. Thank you for being my first supporter. And we will learn how to make a few different styles of these on the tutorial level of my Ko-fi site. Yeah, okay. So what I have been working on is pages for future 10 by 10 project. That's 10 months of making 10 items and selling them. This month is fine art. These aren't finished, but this is one of the almost done foldable frames, which is going to be great for shipping. You see the back, you can actually see the scores and the way that you will be able to fold it, but flat rate shipping. So I'm going to save a ton on shipping. But we've been working on gel print pages and more, and I wanted to do a flip through and talk about a really cool technique I learned with the deli paper and using iridescent and metallic paints on the deli paper. And look at that glorious shine. I mean, I know I have the ring light, so it's a little extra, but that's what it will look like in the sunlight. Maybe not in the regular light, but it's going to shine in the sunlight. So what gel printing is very a simple technique. You need a gelatin plate and a whole bunch of paint or ink or stamping ink. And again, you can see this one was made with the iridescent paint, and you can create different designs. You can roll out different designs. Let me see, this was one of the rolled designs, the yellow. And then this was also a different technique with the rolled design. These are actually rolled. These aren't painted on like that. These are rolled with the brayer. Now you don't 1,000,000% need a brayer, but I highly recommend them. Make quite a difference in your art. I have a few sizes from doing classes over the summer, and they're not that expensive. So this is an inexpensive technique to get into, and the results are great, and they vary. So this is like a second or third lift. This is a first lift. So you see, it's a little less. You get a completely different texture. You can use less paint or more paint. This one has a little more. You can see the paper was wet. It curled and didn't flatten all the way out. Also the difference on the deli paper, less paint, more paint. See how it's very smushed, and you can see a lot more of the texture close up. It takes longer to dry, but if that's the look you're going for, awesome. You can also mix different colors. I was experimenting trying to make abstract florals, so I was using this technique a lot, and you'll see that in some of the finished products. But then, so this would be a first lift. So it'd be a second lift. So there's not as much paint, there's not as much detail. These make fantastic background pages. This would have been the third lift. Okay, so there's less, but I would use this and continue on, but I didn't get that far. You see, this is the last lift from another one, but I will use these and layer them. And this is a lift off of the tags that we did. You could see the shape around them. That's where the tags took up the paint, and then this page took up the rest, but I can cut this or fold this and use this in a number of ways. Me experimenting with those abstract again, cleaning off Audrey's plate. Cleaning off another plate. So there's a lot of different techniques. I went circular with this one, and you can see the shine with that. I know everyone's going to ask, what kind of paint do you use? I typically don't use expensive paints, so I got this block from Michael's when they went on sale. If you want the shine and the shimmer, so this is a metallic paint, okay? This is actually the premium Arteza paints, and this is considered iridescent. It says on the box, iridescent. So the difference between iridescent is there's a ton more shine in this than the metallic. So depending on what you're going for, there's an immense difference in price. Start with this, move to this. I obviously don't use the expensive paints very much on this unless I'm going for something very specific. You can add just a hint of shine. This is silver metallic from the inexpensive paints. Okay, so this is just a silver metallic, just a little splash, and you can see this one, the little copper gold, that's the champagne one. Neons, this is a wonderful technique if you want to embrace neons and mix neons and have some fun with that. Maybe pull some of these deli papers. I'm relatively new to deli papers. I purchased some for a fodder class, and I went wild. I really like how the metallic and the iridescent paint just lays really well. Again, it takes longer to dry, but with results like this, who cares? So you can see they're definitely not as thick, and they are a different, I think they're 10 by 10. Yeah, I want to say they're 10 by 10, which is the typical size. It's not that expensive if it's something you're going to use sparingly. I'm sure it can be expensive if it's something you're going to use solely, but this is fantastic. So this, I did a whole sheet on just the iridescent and metallic mix because I wanted to see what happened. And it looks like wings. My first thought was I have to get some wire and cut this out and make some wings out of this because it's shiny as anything. So I want to do something special with that. I haven't figured out what. So that is the deli paper, and you can get that at food service shops. You can get that on Amazon. It's not something you can really get at like a Joann's or a Michael's, but if you have like a food service store, you can get it there. This is just copy paper. This is expensive foldable frames from Arteza. There's a difference in price. We go through a lot of copy paper here. Why? Because we can use this for everything. I'm going to use this for the tutorial to show you how to make journals and folders and pockets and cool stuff like that. But it's thick enough to hold stuff, and it holds up to additional layering, which is great. You can use sketchbook paper, you can use watercolor paper. It's going to be very stiff. You're not going to be able to do as much with it. So this is what I consider like a unfinished product. So I will take these and continue on with these and make other things from these. And that's why I need it to be lightweight and flexible so that I can bend it and shape it into whatever we turn it into next. So you can see this, these little lines are actually brayer marks picking up the paint. And then you can see this one was kind of cross-hashed. I wiped it down, and then you can see the directional technique. So if you're really into like lines and creating shapes and like even accidental art, you can really experiment. And I think this is just a really great, inexpensive technique for someone who's wanting to learn more, but doesn't want to spend like $150 to get a totally new set of things. You can get a gelatin plate, you can get a brayer, you can buy a flat of paint pretty inexpensively, buy a giant pack of copy paper. The only thing that you'll need is space for everything to dry out, and that's a hard sell. We lay out my dollar store plastic tablecloth on the floor. When I do bigger pieces, I have one of those clothing drying racks that folds out and then folds down. It's hard to keep track. So we do it in batches, and then we don't do it for a while, and then we do it in more batches. Thankfully, my daughter is very into this, so I don't have to twist anybody's arm to kind of be quiet and help and participate. But we have a lot of fun with these. As you can see, there's all sorts of different styles. You know, we may take this and fold it into a journal, but the papers that you want to write on, you want a little more plain, so you can add more stickers, decoupage, a butterfly, a mushroom. So don't give these papers up. These papers are worthy as well. Like some people are like, isn't that a second? No, it's not. It's a first. It's a first that's going to be folded on and scribbled on and added to. Whereas something like this is more like a semi-finished product. We just have to find the shape that it wants to be in next. But this is glorious. We will add on to this. We'll be inspired by this. So something to look forward to. And if you're interested in something like this, I will have to find a shopping list. I will try and compile a shopping list and edit the upload so that you can access that once I find it. You can get gelatin plates from Joann's and Michael's. They don't always allow you to use the coupons. If you want to invest in a set of good stuff, I hate to say Amazon, but I'm gonna say Amazon because they didn't have anything available in store or available to be shipped from the craft stores. So it is what it is, depending on the area that you're in. Now, if you have a nice art shop, you can probably get a really nice set locally. We don't. Our local art shops closed down right after COVID. So we're stuck with what we have available. And I'm not hating, not judging. You get your art supplies how you can. You do the best that you can. And this is the little stuff that's kept me sane. So I really look forward to sharing that tutorial with you guys. And this is the kind of thing that we're going to make from this. Don't worry if you don't have this. You're going to decorate your own paper, and then I'm going to show you what to do with it. All right. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed all of our fun art. And hopefully you've been inspired to try it or find some ideas. I know that you can make your own gelatin plates. I have never done so. I would be scared to do so. I have accidents in the kitchen. I'll just leave it at that. So please know that there are options, because January is always a very tight budget month for me as well. All right, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next video. Bye.